In the next few episodes, we will apply several biblical principles and concepts as we address what the Bible says about the concentration of power. Once finished, we will have a pretty firm basis as to what the proper role of government is and how it should be structured in order to maintain an appropriate balance between power and authority so that it remains within its proper bounds. We will discover how biblical principles and specific biblical accounts directs us towards a limited and decentralized system of government. We're going to begin with the nature of man and the nature of government. We've already learned that the nature of man is inherently sinful, that by our nature we tend towards evil. And we've already learned that the nature of government is force. As George Washington said, government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. As a servant, fire is valuable. It cooks our food, warms our homes, heats our water, starts our cars, and more. But remember, it's a dangerous servant. That's because when fire becomes too big, when it gets beyond its containment, beyond where it's supposed to be in order to effectively perform its function, it becomes hazardous, deadly. It can destroy and kill. Government, like fire, when contained and limited, can be incredibly valuable and useful too. Contained to its proper role, government can effectively restrain evil and be an instrument of justice. However, if it's allowed to go beyond its proper role, it becomes the most destructive force in history. A quick glance at the 20th century bears that out. It becomes tyrannical. It oppresses, destroys, enslaves, and murders. Clearly, it would be unwise to centralize power into the hands of a few inherently sinful people who wield the power of an institution whose very nature is force. A biblical and thus accurate understanding of man's nature and the nature of government reveals the wisdom and necessity of decentralizing power and spreading it out. If authority and power are centralized, then any bad decision or mistake will affect everyone under that centralized authority. In the case of the United States, if all power is centralized into D.C., then their mistakes affect over 300 million people. But if authority and power are decentralized, if authority and power are spread out, perhaps among states or counties or localities, then any mistake made by those in authority over fewer people will cause less damage. Also, with authority and power broken up, it makes it easier for those who experience injustice at the hands of their rulers to move away to a place with more freedom. Obviously, the nature of man and the nature of government scream for decentralization. In order to protect liberty and God-given natural rights, to make it easier to keep civil government limited to its proper role, and to minimize the damage caused by bad government, authority and power must be decentralized.